Welcome everybody, it's Wednesday night. Coming at you live from the Facebook group, Intuitive Minds Already Know. How's everybody doing? Let me know. Oh, I can't change it. I was gonna change it because the lighting is a little off in here. All right, we have an exciting topic that came to me today at work. And it's about, hello Grace, we're going to discuss, pull cards, on the topic of triggers and boundaries. How appropriate right before Christmas, right? So I'm just going to shuffle for a little bit while people pop on, because I did announce that we were going on at 7. Does everybody got their tree up? Hello, Megan. I'm just going to shuffle a couple people, let people come on here. So tonight's topic is triggers and boundaries. Put a comment in the comments, or just a symbol or a little emoji or a thumbs up if you're on here. And if you don't want to, hello Stacy, and if you don't want to comment, just self-reflect for a little bit how you're going to prepare yourself for Christmas, because the Christmas dynamic and everything that goes along with Christmas can really activate some of our most buried insecurities. I'm just going to keep shuffling for a little bit. One more minute and then we'll get into it. How's everybody doing? We are probably going to get some snow, they said. I love snow, so I'm going to support the weatherman. I don't think we're going to get 7 inches, but oh well, we shall see, right? I have my tree up. If it gets silent in here and you can hear like what sounds to be a helicopter, it's my fiber optic tree and I think it's misaligned. So let me know if you guys can hear it in the background. Hopefully my talking will bury it. Tune it out. Hello, April. Stay tuned, stay with us. Put a comment on here if you're sticking around, or a emoji or a thumbs up. Okay, so welcome everybody to tonight's Wednesday Night Live. Sorry I could not do it last Wednesday. You know, things just happen. My frequency was not, I should say, aligned to do a live last Wednesday. So I am coming at you when I feel the frequency is aligned. So tonight's topic, I know it's going to hit some of you. I know it's going to trigger you, but it's about triggers and boundaries and how we can get through them during this very kind of heavy dynamic season. All right. So I want to explain, I brought up the definition on my laptop of trigger, and then I'm going to kind of go into my opinion and my definition. So the term triggered can have a few different meanings depending on the context. Psychology, being triggered refers to experience a strong emotional reaction, often negative, such as anger, fear, anxiety, in a response to a specific stimulus. The stimulus can be sight, sound, smell, or even a thought that reminds the person of a past traumatic event or a deeply distressing experience. Having that said, we can be positively triggered. Like, for instance, for some reason, there's a smell of like strawberry shortcake, like the strawberry shortcake doll. So when there's a a candle or a fragrance or whatever. In a positive way, it takes me back to my childhood because I had like a strawberry shortcake doll. So, but how we get triggered during the holidays is possibly when we know that we have to be with people that are going to trigger us. Going backwards, I want to say, I don't like using the word triggered, but people relate to that word. I would like to use the word during tonight's live as like stimulated or activated or remembering, because that's what it is. It's the body's way of remembering. So when we are triggered, it brings back memories. The body remembers. So I don't like to use the word, but everybody knows the word. So I want to catch the attention of the viewers. So I'll use that word. How we can get through being triggered by certain individuals or certain smells, sounds, and sensations during the holidays is to prepare to get triggered. And how we do that is just being aware that there might be certain smells, certain sounds, certain people, certain words, certain conversations, certain objects, physical, maybe something in the gift, maybe something in the wrapping paper. I'm serious. Like if you're not understanding or you haven't been triggered and you've never experienced that before, like any little thing can set that person off. If it's something that is unhealed. So when we are triggered, there is a part of us that is trying to get our attention. And that person might not even know, or say if it is a person, that person might not even realize and know consciously that they did that to you. And it's our job to deal with it our way. It's not anybody's fault that they triggered us. They can be an asshole, they can be a bitch, they can say things that they know are sensitive to you, but we can't control that, what they say or what they do, even though they know that you are sensitive to it. It doesn't matter. It is our responsibility to handle how we react to it. Okay? So if somebody says something to you and it sets you off, that is not their responsibility to try to make you feel better. If, certain people will not understand. If certain people do understand, and you say, hey, that hurts my feelings, or that's offensive, chances are 95% of the time it's coming from hello, Camille. Chances are it's coming from an unhealed wound from our past. 9 chances out of 10, it's probably from a childhood wound, but I'm not going to say that it's all the time. Just from experience, a lot of my triggers come from unhealed childhood wounds. All right. So having that said, there are many different kind of triggers. Like I said, there can be smell. And the smell is reminding you, and you might not even be aware that maybe the smell of pumpkin pie is going to start giving you anxiety and is going to start bringing back emotions and feelings and memories of something related to either Christmas or people in the room or personalities. Sarah, hello, Sarah. You might not even realize that you are being triggered. So when I say how do we navigate through it, just by being prepared, just by being a little more self-aware that if certain things get said or we start responding in our body. So listen to your body. If your body starts reacting in a way that's that you know is not quite right, or that you're noticing, oh, like this is not familiar. Like I've not felt this way before, or felt this way in a long time. Chances are you're being triggered, and something needs attention. Do you need to deal with it right then? Possibly, depending on the intents of the trigger. If it is consuming your mood and your behavior and your body, then maybe at that moment that it might, hello, Peter, maybe at that moment that trigger does need to be dealt with. And whatever you might need to cry, you might need just to get some air, you might need to eat, you might need to go to the bathroom and wash your hands. That's a great one. That's a great one. So that one just came to me. And Spirit's like, do that, talk about that one. So water is a conduit, and it helps us get into flow. It washes things away. It brings in energy. It's a good clearing conduit, okay? So if you are feeling activated or triggered or offended of any sort during Christmas, go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom. Run your hands under some cold water will really help if you're having anxiety. For some reason, it's a way of the body's, is it sympathetic, parasympathetic? Anyways, I can't remember right now. It's one of the pathetics. It's one of the thetics of the body. It will help regulate your internal system. All right. Or, if that's not working, try just washing the hands in general. All right. Just stepping out of the room, stepping away from the energy, collecting yourself, and asking it, ask Spirit, ask God, whatever you believe in, your source, ask the universe to just take away this uneasy feeling. All right. Boundaries. We need to set boundaries. So if you know that you're going to be activated or triggered, set protection, even if you're not a believer, or just have some kind of out. But I like to set protection. And sometimes I'll even do it like the night before or that morning, and I'll just take some time and I'll be like, okay, I want to set protection from, because I'm an empath, so I can easily absorb any amount of energy, and I have to really be careful, because sometimes when I don't and I start to feel a little wonky, it's like, oh shit. And if I don't set it before I get into the energies of other people, sometimes it's too late, and it takes like a half hour to an hour to kind of get it out of my system per se. So I like to set protection. Just ask for your spirit guides to come forward. Ask for God to protect you. Imagine you're in a bubble. Imagine you're in a safe space in your bubble. You can use essential oils. You can journal. You can pull cards. You can just say it out loud, or visually picture yourself in a bubble. But boundaries, it's hard. It's hard at Christmas, because we are around different personalities that we are not normally around all the time. Like there's that one aunt, or there's that one uncle that you're just like, oh my God, can he leave already? But setting boundaries is, we can politely kind of, I'm looking for the words, politely kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Call them out. As long as you don't insult them, and, be tactful. No is a full sentence. If they are in the middle of a conversation and you don't like what they're talking about, or you're offended by what they are saying, or you might know somebody that might be offended, You know, you don't have to sit there in that energy. And you don't have to call them out either. But you can politely remove yourself from that conversation. You can let them know that you're offended, or you can not know. Chances are, I'm pretty sure that the energy will be elevated if you do try to call them out on their bullshit. But the best way to get by it, to get through it for the holidays is, you know, just love and light. Just step away, go into a different room, talk to somebody else, join a different conversation, you know, raise your vibration. Raise your vibration, you know, try to talk about something a little bit more uplifting, or a different subject, or play a game, or, you know, go outside, get some fresh air. You don't have to take the shit, you know, that is dished out to you at Christmas. You don't have to. If it's something that needs to be said at that very moment, do your best and take that person aside. Take that person aside, you know, maybe ask them, what did you mean by that? You know, or ask them later. But that's where boundaries come in. When I'm around dynamics and there's things said that it's like, really? Like, that is so two-faced. I will politely give them an example of something maybe that they do, you know, and it's almost like, have you ever watched like movies that reflect Jesus and how he used to do that? It's like, if you could just like teach a class on how to be sarcastic, but like in that Jesus way and tell somebody off like in a Jesus way. Because he's always got like some cool thing to say that's like, it's so loving, but on the other side of the coin, it's like, he's totally calling their bullshit. But it sounds so cool and so like peaceful when he does it. So yeah, I wish we all had that on-demand ability. So we're going to pull some cards, all right? The first card, I'm thinking, do I just want to pull a card, or do I want to ask? I think I want to ask, I'm going to ask more information on how to set better boundaries. You know, Christmas always seems to bring out the best and the worst in people. You know, like you have that dynamic where, you know, they make really cool gifts and they're really nice and it's a perfect meal. And then you have that one person that's just like, oh my God, like really, like if you could just, you can be here, but if you could just keep your mouth shut, that'd be great. You know, and we're all human. We're all human. But don't give don't give away your energy. Do not entertain those people that, you know, that are going to suck it out of you, or that, you know, you have to protect yourself. Those people that, you know, just, they're not aligned with you. They're not on the same frequency. You do not have to entertain them. You know, it's like respect, but at a distance. Love at a distance. Respect at a distance. All right. So let's pull a card. Spirit, pull a card for us and reveal some messages about triggers and boundaries for this next upcoming Christmas holiday season. Oh, of course. Divine Consciousness. And it's number 49. And the words at the top of the card are interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light. Well, how appropriate, because this is exactly how to navigate. Like, what would Jesus do? Literally, that's like what they told me to say, is what would Jesus do? For that one moment, for that one day, or that 1 hour, or a couple hours, for that, you know, one season, that one weekend, what would Jesus do? I like this. I like this a lot. It's like, it's kind of like what I'm looking at here. What I'm looking at here is like, kind of like the vortex, like a trigger. When we're triggered, from experience, when I'm triggered, it usually brings on a panic attack or some anxiety attack. And I get sucked in. And so like when I look at this card, it looks like you could be sucked in and downward. But if you look at it on the other side, it also looks like you are just erupting and expanding. So when you start to feel triggered, set your boundaries, protect yourself, and just try to raise that vibration. Try to do something, get out of that negative energy. You know, step away from that person. Eat like a high, hello, Ricky. Step away from that situation, from the energy, from that person, from that room. Raise your vibration. Get more movement. Start to think positive thoughts. It doesn't matter. Like, start just saying things over in your head. You know, I love the sky is blue, or I like my necklace, or go compliment someone. That is a really, really, really good way of raising your vibration, especially when you're trying to get out of a toxic situation or just an offensive or like a triggered moment. Compliment yourself or compliment someone else. It raises vibration. Go eat something. Compliment whoever made that. Hello, Nick. Go in the room and say some, like, you know, look at something on the wall, or what somebody's wearing, or what you hear, what's on TV, or play with the kids. That is raising your vibration. Raise your vibration. That will help you get through the holidays and set boundaries, all right? Raise your vibration. Tap into that inner child, not the wounded inner child, but the inner child. Tap into the inner child, play a game, sing a song, get some movement, and, you know, be grateful for something. Make a compliment. Compliments are a great, great way to raise your vibration without having to do a lot. It's not a lot of movement. It's not a lot of thinking. So if you can remember that, remember when you're triggered, even if you're not triggered, you want to prevent the trigger. So try giving compliments. Try just giving compliments. That will raise your vibration. I'm going to read from the book. I like that. Always read from the book. This card is about the supreme being, the oneness, and interconnection of all of life. You could be sitting on a rock staring at the ocean. Feel the vastness of it, or laying and staring up at the spray of stars glittering in the dark sky. When your mind is still and your consciousness becomes aware of the essence of being, that's when you feel the connection, the essence of life, the divine consciousness, God, spirit, source, universe, whatever name you would like to give it, if you need to give it a name. The divine consciousness can be found in silence. It is in the pause between your in and out breath. That's another way to raise your vibration. Take 3 deep breaths. So what I like to do is when I'm feeling angst about something, I take three deep breaths, and I really focus on like the in breath. You know, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So breathing in and not stopping until you reach 4, number 4. And then hold it for 4, and then like exhale 4. So that's what I do. I do 444. A lot of people can, there's other different ways promoted out there, but I like to do 444 because it's easy to remember. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out. That will raise your vibration. In one simple moment of realization, all the secrets of the universe may be revealed through this divine consciousness. So many of life's challenges and seeming uncertainties would quickly dissolve if we could see ourselves and our world through the eyes of the divine. If we could look upon our short-term struggles, I like that. That is my new nickname for triggers. It is a short-term struggle. I'm going to write that. I'm going to just stay with me, folks. Stay with me. Short-term struggles. If we could look upon our short-term struggles as a parent might see a young child learning to stand, walk, and speak, we would see ourselves with deeply expanded compassion. We would recognize the divine beings that we are, and we would love ourselves for being here, for waking up, for growing into all that we came here to be. We would accept our shortcomings and see the perfection in every moment. We would know that every moment serves a purpose in the great divine plan, and we would make the most of that purpose with grace and ease. We would look upon our brothers and sisters with great love. We would see them in their highest light, and in so doing, we would call them into the experience of that light. Now is the time to give yourself the gift of perspective. The card invites you to spend committed time in meditation, in stillness, and in nature. Discover your own unique ways to move into conscious connection. Feel your connection and oneness with the state of consciousness and know that you're capable to live aligned with this. Great masters throughout time have shown us that this is possible, and many have called us to follow suit. Not in some future lifetime, but right now. You are divine, so be it. Okay, so what's coming forward is, so when they said about we would accept our shortcomings to see the perfection in every moment. So practice gratitude. So if you're being triggered and you don't know what to do and you want to lash out and you want to say something mean, don't. Practice gratitude. For some reason, that person in that very moment has said something to you that has triggered you. That is not a coincidence. That is on purpose. He or she or it has done it on, not done it on purpose, but the universe is working through whatever that is to wake you up, have you remember that that part of you that bothers you deep down inside is not healed. So it needs attention. It needs to be cradled. It needs to be forgiven. It needs to be let go. It needs a hug. It needs a cry. It needs a bath. It needs loving. Do you understand? Now is the time to give yourself the gift of perspective. So if there's conversations that are going on or some things that are said, you know, not everybody is aligned and living at their highest potential. Not everybody is awoke. Not everybody is living out their true, authentic potential. They are doing what they're doing right now. We have to remember that everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody deserves grace, because that's what Jesus would do. And it's not the person or the thing that is triggering us. It's not the responsibility of that to apologize. It will help, but it's not the responsibility. It's our responsibility to get through it and to look in and reflect. Why did that bother me? Why the frick did that bother me? Like, why now? Why today? Why that word? Why that smell? Why that phrase? Why that piece of wrapping paper? Why that food? Why anything? Why did that activate us? More than likely, there's a lesson to be learned. Whew, I like that one. Any questions so far? we're going to pull another card. I like that. There's a lot of really good advice in there about like boundaries and how to navigate through, you know, being offended and having your butt hurt by someone. Life's too short. Do not give those people or that situation or whatever that is, do not give any energy that it does not deserve. Remember, ask yourself, what does this need right now? Does it need my energy? Does it not? Do I need to say something? Do I need to walk away? Do I need to eat? Do I need to go to the bathroom? Do I need to step away? Does this person, you know, need to be told? You know, ask yourself, what do I need right now? What do I need? And chances are, if you ask, you don't even have to say it out loud, but if you ask, you'll get a message. Your body will, even if you don't get it like intuitively, if you ask your body, like, what do I need right now? And all of a sudden you start navigating to the bathroom, or you're navigating like towards the kitchen or towards, you know, a different group of people, go with it. Listen to your body. Because your body knows before your head figures it out. Christmas is hard, folks. It doesn't have to be, though. But it's, you know, it can be challenging. It can be. But there are ways to get through it. Oh, another thing that they just told me, like, extra sleep. Get extra sleep. That will help your mood. Start pumping the water, because that will help. That will also help, like, your digestion. So start pumping the electrolytes, you know, before that party. Get the sleep. Get the sleep. Get a nap in the day before, or the day of, or go to bed early. Get some extra rest. That will help regulate your body's internal trigger response. Okay, we're going to pull a card from, I don't use this deck a lot. I should, because I love the energy that I get from it. And it is the Spirit Animal Oracle card. And plus it's got like pink and pastels, so I'm really drawn to. Do we have any questions? Got anybody questioning anything? Is watching. We got all these people watching. I wish it would say I have one eye. I got one eye. Okay. So, oh, April's on here. Oh, cool. Thank you, April. Sending good boundary vibes to you. Okay. I think I'm going to pull this card based on my question for the other deck. So use this deck, Spirit, to reveal the message or messages. You're doing a great job. Well, thank you. Thank you. I wing it, honestly. This is not prepared. I honestly come on here at like 1:45. I scramble to randomly pick the decks, and hopefully my phone is charged and my laptop is charged, and yeah, I wing it. I used to prepare. I used to get really preppy. And lately, Spirit's just like, that's not you. Like, I mean, I am a preparer, but like, I do best when when I prepare to be spontaneous. So thank you. Thank you for watching. So I'm going to command the deck to reveal more clarity and perspective and advice, how to navigate through triggers and boundaries this holiday season. The Bee Spirit. Oh, I love bees. Oh, look it. He's got like gears. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see? He's got like, if you can zoom in, He's got like gears and bolts and stuff. Beautiful. Sweet results await. Okay. Oh, number 7. Lucky. That's lucky number 7. Oh, okay. So what's coming strongly here? This, like, I love this deck. I need to use it more. Okay, so going back to like what that last book said about like all of the oneness and the interconnectedness. So look at how, you know, like this, what is it? Honeycomb. So like, we're all connected in some way, shape, or form. You know? And we all fit. We all have our place. You see how it's like all fit together like a puzzle? Every one of us is super, super important in this world. And we all have a purpose. Just like every bee has a purpose in the hive. Not one bee is just like, you know, hello, Kelly. Not one bee is just like, oh, I get to just, you know, do whatever. No. If he is doing whatever, it's like behind, what he's doing is so subtle that he doesn't even realize that he's doing something, but he really is. He thinks he's doing nothing, but really he is doing something. So stop doubting that you are any less than the bee that's just thinking, he's not doing anything. Why am I here? Because you might not know. Hi, Kelly. You might not know or realize that what you're doing is actually helping someone. I have gotten through like psychics and intuitively and through cards is that, and I'm not tooting my own horn, this is just something that has like, there has been so many instances that I have felt this way that it has been confirmed that just like, people have told me this too, just like being in a room with someone or being in the room, like people are like, oh my God, like you have this energy where it's just like, I feel so much better just like being around you or hearing your voice. And that's why I do these lives, is because I feel that if I can be as natural as I can promote the message and help you be as natural as you can. Because I think we just work way too hard at trying to be anything but ourselves. And we exhaust ourselves and we burn out. And that's not what we're here to do, is to burn out. I'm just tapping in to see if I get anything else. Okay, let's read from the book. So, be spirit, sweet results await. So, like, be yourself, trying to stay trigger free and trying to set really good boundaries. Be yourself and set that intention. Clearly set that intention when you wake up in the morning. Even write it down before you go to bed that night, before like the day of your party or your event, whatever it is. Get a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be an old receipt or something, but write on there, be yourself, or be me. Be me. Just be me. Because when we are in a group of dynamics, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of other energies that are going to influence our energy, and they're going to stimulate our energy. And that's great. You know, that's great because it can kind of get the energies moving and activate some of that stagnant energy in us. But sometimes it's not so great, you know? So you have to find that happy, healthy that balance. Happy, healthy balance. Because sometimes the energies kind of make us feel not so ourselves. and we want to do things that, you know, we want to either be really quiet. No, I shouldn't say that. Or, no, I shouldn't eat that. Or, no, you know, why would I want to play a kid's game? I'm not a kid. Just do it. Just like be yourself. Say yes. No is a full sentence. Be proud when you say yes. Like, be brave. Be brave. Be brave. The bee's message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. Bee spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony. Bee spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, your heart, your soul, and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget. When you remember that you are part of a greater unified consciousness. Very similar to the last card. Moving from separation into connection, from self-centered limitation to spirit-centered infinite possibility and potential. You become busy as a bee, enjoying the gifts of spirit, fully in alignment with your highest expression of yourself. Be yourself. Your heart opens and creativity rushes through you seemingly without effort as you experience that nothing feels like work. Industriousness is driven by enthusiasm and inner motivation, and time seems to fly by as the hive supports you in the making of honey. Do you feel the presence of your helpers in the hidden realms, adding their energy to your creations? Magical results are taking form and will be sweeter than you expect. Bee Spirit wants you to remember that your part in the divine partnership is being rewarded even if you can't see that yet. And ask that you share your good fortune as there is plenty of honey for all. Be a part of the larger whole, the force that brings forth all that is sweet and delightful. Another thing that is kind of funny to say when there's somebody that just wants to like brag and talk about themselves, hi Ron, is say, oh, thanks for sharing. It will throw them off because they're probably used to being called out or somebody trying to like trump them or shut them up or get them heated. Just say, oh, thanks for sharing. That's all you need to say. And it's funny just to see like how people react, because it's like they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say when, you know, you just react out of like love and light. Thanks for sharing. You know. Any questions? I want to pull one more card. Actually, I chose the card to pull because it's from my deck. These are $25. I can mail them to you or you can pick it up. It comes with a guidebook. Whoops! It comes with a guidebook that tells my backstory. And it comes with 40 cards that I created. My story's in here. Comes with a guidebook. But I picked out the number 28 and I picked out the boundary card. Okay? So I want you to tap into this card. I want you to feel into the card, the colors, the shapes, the sizes of the shapes, the texture, the definition, the lighting, and just, if you're watching, just comment down here what you first see. So I purposely made this card green. The boundaries card is green because green is the color that represents the heart chakra. The heart, you would think that the heart chakra, because like we all see like Valentine's Day is like a red heart, but actually red is associated with the root chakra. I was blown away when I first like figured it out. I'm like, why is the heart chakra, like where your heart is, that's where love resides, why is that not red? Anyways, it blew my mind. I was so confused for a while. But green is the actual color of the heart chakra. And so when we create boundaries, we are loving ourselves, and we don't want to hurt that person on the other side of our boundary, so that we allow ourselves to love ourselves by setting a boundary. But we also are setting it because we don't want to hurt them, and we don't want them to hurt us. Does that make sense? So by setting a boundary, we are loving ourselves and also the other person as well. So this card also has like the shield. You know, we need to shield basically ourselves by creating a boundary. And boundaries, just like the word trigger, I think it gets a bad rap. I think it gets kind of misconvoluted and misunderstood. You know, people think because I've had like conversations, and they don't quite understand that by setting a boundary is a good thing for themselves and a good thing for the other person. Because by setting a boundary, you know, like, and sometimes we have to tell that person that we have a boundary. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's an internal boundary. But like, we're not going to tolerate that. And that's why, like, if you know what your boundaries are before going into a potentially triggered environment, or what was that word? Short-term struggle, a short-term struggle. We can kind of set like a, I'm trying to find another word as a boundary. It's almost like a plan, you know, and it prevents us from feeling triggered. We still might get triggered, but at least some of the feelings that come along with it do not have to like dictate how we want to react. All right. I'm going to read from the book because we're almost done. One of the steps to improve your self-love is to set boundaries. We need to set and maintain clear and precise boundaries, not just with others, but with ourselves as well. Through awareness, we can explore who and what gets our time and energy. How much significance do they place on your emotional well-being? Who mirrors back equally valued self-respect? Ask yourself that question for this holiday. Who mirrors back equally valued self-respect? Accept full responsibility by allowing yourself to pause your involvement when others want to rely on you. Self-respect is strengthened when you choose to make yourself number one. It's okay to prioritize your needs. When you grow and learn from your boundaries, you gain clarity and perspective. Setting boundaries does not affect your limitless thinking. It allows us to choose how we are going to respond and react. Setting boundaries can offer a guideline when to say no. No is a full sentence. Boundaries set rules and expectations. Give yourself permission to respect your values and ethics. I like that. I like that a lot. That clears up a lot. Who mirrors back equally valued self-respect? I'm blown away every time I use my own deck, because where does this stuff come from? I did not use AI. I used AI for the images. I did not use AI for the script. Let's make that crystal clear. I channeled this shit, you guys. I used AI for the images. The images. Images. Not the script. Blows me away. That's why I love using this deck. And I will promote this deck until I die. So if you want a deck, it's $25. I can mail it to you. Or meet you if you're local. All right. Did I clear everything up? Did I clear up about... Hello, Renee. Did I clear it up with the boundaries? All right. I am going to start offering free readings. And they don't have to be in person. They can be virtual, or I can record it. I can record it and just channel it and then email or text you the video. How does that sound? And then you can just like listen to it at your discretion. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm going to start doing that. So I'll start doing that now, and I think we will pull the name at the end of January. Yeah, we'll do it at the end of January because I'm getting a late start on that contest. So comment on here, free reading. So if you comment on here, free reading, I will put your name in for a free reading. There you go. It's easy to remember, right? If you have any comments or questions or more, if you need more clarity on the topic that I pulled cards on tonight, do not hesitate to text me or Facebook message me or email me. And I have a lot of things that I've been making for sale. Free reading. There we go. First one. I'm going to write your name down, Renee. I have a lot of things for sale. They are on, soon to be on my Etsy page. So I made these keychains. Free reading. We have 2. Woohoo! I got to write this down. You guys are on fire. Kelly, oh my gosh. When it rains, it pours. Tell your friends. All right, Renee. I'm writing it down, you guys. April and Kelly. Kelly Burgess. Okay, so I made these keychains. So if you guys are looking for some stocking stuffers, or they're like, I have a bunch of different colors. They will be on Etsy very soon. I just have to upload them. So I made those. I also made, where is it? I made these. These are essential oil fragrance balls. You take out there's like a little cap. This is my personal one, but you take off the cap, and then when you tip it upside down for like 3-4 seconds, it absorbs into the wooden cap up here. And then it goes through the rope, and then you can hang it. And then anytime you want more scent, you just tip it upside down, let the bubbles go in it, and then this part gets wet, and you can actually use it as like perfume. Oh, I love this one. Those are for sale. What else do I have? Oh, I have rose water. I have rose water that I made from actual roses from a rose ceremony that I had. You put it in your bath water. That's what we're going to use it for. What else? There was one more thing that I was going to sell. Oh, I have wish jars for sale. You guys know what those are, right? Hold on, I'll get it out. I also have notebooks. I just made 20 of these, you guys. So I have fresh and new wish jars. And each wish jar has all these things in it that represent it. So salt represents purity, rice, abundance, cacao opens the heart chakra, bell represents freedom, rose quartz bead represents love. So if you're interested in those are $8. And I have, let's see what else. I have those, oh, the notebooks. So I have these notebooks. I have notebooks like this. I have more to it than this, but I have notebooks, and you get a little charm, and inside is a oracle card folder and a matching bookmark. So I have those for sale. I still have some 1111 signs. I'll show you. Those are on Etsy as well. The Etsy page is Third Crow Energies. So they look like this. They are metal, and the design is made from acrylic 4. And I will show one more color, because I like this color. I have some of these left, like this. Is that kind of cool? 1111 is the universal angel number, and it means that your spirit guides are leading you in the right direction. You're right on track. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. And I can make just about anything. Hello, William. Hello, Justin. I can make just about anything out of just about anything. So I can make just about anything into just about anything out of just about anything. So if you want something specially made and you're like, oh, I have this idea, but I just don't have like the time, let me know. I can make it. I'd love to make it stuff for you. All right. So once again, if you're first watching, go back and watch replay, because I'm doing a free reading giveaway at the end of July. So all you have to do is watch this video till the end and comment in the comments, free reading, and your name will go in for a random drawing. All right, good luck with the holidays coming. I'm not quite sure if I will be on here next Wednesday, but if I'm home and I'm not doing anything with friends and family, I am going to try to do a reading to get you guys through the holidays with positivity and affirmations and raise that vibration. All right. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of your week.